The Familia Award is Silvana Montenegro, Global Head of Advancing Hispanics and Latinos for JPMorgan.
I want to start by thanking Danny Vargas, not only for hosting us today, but for your leadership with the Latino veteran community, but with the Latino community as a whole. You do it with your heart, and that is not only impactful, it is so inspiring, so thank you. I also want to thank my JPMorgan Chase colleagues and my wonderful partner, Mark Elliott, who is not only an amazing human being, he also leads the way in terms of driving change and opportunity for all communities. So my name is Silvana Montenegro. I'm the Global Head of Advancing Hispanics and Latinos. This is one of 7 centers of excellence that are focused on creating growth and success of all and each one of our communities. The work that we do is meant to drive impact for Latinos and for others through very important areas of focus. So we're very intentional about how do we attract and develop talent at all levels, from students to senior leaders. We're also very intentional around helping to support closing the wealth gap that impacts many communities, including Black, Hispanics, and Latinos. We're also extremely focused on supporting business owners with financial education and access connections to banking services. Because at the end of the day, when we look at business owners, we're talking about growing the economy of this country. And that's what Latinos are doing. We today, according to the latest report by Latino Donor Collaborative, we contribute $3.2 trillion to the US economy. That is the equivalent of the 5th largest economy in the world, and it is also the 3rd fastest growing economy in the world. Of course, we can go on and acknowledging many of the contributions of this community. But I also want to acknowledge the fact that despite all this growth, despite all this impact, there has been and there continues to be significant headwinds to advancing our communities. And I think that as we think about this night, is really about recognizing individuals who, as Danny said, sacrifices, but also are changing the game to lift others up. And with that said, I am heartfelt and so honored to introduce this award, Familia Award, to 2 amazing friends, leaders, colleagues that have done and continue to do so much for the community as a whole. So Robert Bard and Lupita Colmenero. Robert has been leading Latina Style for the last 2 decades. And he's been extremely committed with really advancing opportunities and telling the stories of Latinos. And he has Lupita by his side, who, as we know, is driving significant change, and not only within Latina Style, but she founded Parents Step Ahead organization, and she's very engaged with the Latino community overall. I'm gonna read this because I do wanna not do justice for your impact. So both of them, through their resilient journey and unwavering dedication to service and legacy preservation, truly embody the Familia Award. They have created 5 programs supporting Latinas, one of which is focused on veterans. And through their work, they have awarded more than 300 service members, including 278 Latinas. They're both strong advocates for diversity and inclusion, and have engaged and continue to engage with organizations like MALDEF, and have received the Admiral Farragut Hispanic Diversity Champion Award. The power of their united family, with Lupita Colmenero leading El Hispano News, exemplifies their strong commitment and impact to community. I want to thank you and congratulate you both for being amazing humans and super role models. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My husband, my family, and I are so extremely honored to be here before you. We would like to thank Danny, Roy, and the entire team at ALVA. Thank you for this recognition. Silvana, Montenegro, Mark Elliott, William Jaramillo, and the entire team of JPMorgan Chase, and all the sponsors. Thank you so much for caring so much about our communities, for making it your mission to empower them by supporting the meaningful work that organizations such as the American Latino Veterans Association do. Let's give it up for all of them. We're deeply humbled and appreciative that you select us for this distinction. This award holds a significant meaning for us as it represents a collective dedication, resilience, and unwavering support we strive to provide not only as a military family, but also as part of the work that we do at Latinas Town, recognizing the contributions of Latinas in the service. Just like our daughter Eileen Suarez, we know that a sense of duty, love, and commitment fuels our Latino community to serve. And we are proud to stand by our daughter and her comrades throughout their journey. We are proud to receive this award on our daughter's behalf and on behalf of the thousands of young men and women and their families serving with courage, love, and dedication. So thank you again, Danny, Rivera, and Captain Love, for the dedication not only boosts our morals, but also reminds us that the sacrifices made by our military families did not go unnoticed. This award is an inspiration for Robert, for me, to keep working to recognize these contributions, or the contributions of Latinas in the military, and their families who serve along with them. So on behalf of all of those families, we thank you deeply with a heartfelt appreciation for this recognition. To my daughter Eileen, to our daughter Eileen, there is just no words to describe what you inspire us. Our daughter went to Afghanistan for 1 year to serve our country, and she went ahead as being this inspirational woman, and came back a combination of both a girl and woman and an adult. But she came back more humble and more appreciative of who we are and what we have. And I will always remember when she came back that she told me, Mom, I promise that I will never, ever complain about anything. And so far, she has kept that promise. We love you, Eileen. Again, thank you to all of you. Thank you, ALVA, Danny, and Roy, and the whole team, and all the sponsors. Thank you so much for this incredible moment.
It is wonderful to be able to return to Washington, D.C. That was my home for such a long time, and see so many friends with white hair and a little bit more weight and a little slower, if you will. But I'm always reminded that cosechas lo que siembras. So the relationships that you establish and that you nurture through the years will follow you for the rest of your life. Danny, the work that you're doing with ALVA is nothing, less than magnificent. Because we know we know how hard it is to be able to create something for nearly nothing, even when the need is desperately in front of you. For all of us who are a military family, and probably those who are not as well, but support the military, the first thing that you see when you walk in your home, in their homes, on the wall, is the pictures of our members. You know, we have Eileen pictures all over the place, and it's never enough. But in producing the National Latina Symposium and recognizing Latinas in the military service, we get to read biographies that are sent from all over the world on nominations for the Distinguished Military Service Awards. And the incredible achievement of these women, one after the other, that you begin to look at them, at their bios, and you think of yourself, man, I have done nothing with my life. And it inspires you to do even more. Captain Roy Love, who is our chief or president for the Association of Naval Services Officers, ANSO, has been a tremendous champion, you know, for the cause of us. And for Jeff, you know, for the Navy is been the inspiration that Eileen took to go to Afghanistan when she left as a young woman, and she came back as a full officer, now a commander, a lieutenant commander in the naval services. So Jeff, we've known each other for a long time, and in listening to all the awards you have received for the Good Service Medal, having Mom right there, now I understand why. I mean, you don't want to get in trouble with Mom, no matter what. Danny, again, thank you so much for this award. We humbly accept it, and we will do our most every day to be a great representative of what the ALVA Awards mean. Muchas gracias. Eileen. A ver. ¿Tú? Eileen. Eileen.
Congratulations.